Please welcome to Pulse of the Maggots, Escuela Grind. We have Katerina, Kris, Jesse, and Tom. Welcome! How you guys doing?
Howdy.
Thanks, John.
Doing
Welcome.
amazing.
Awesome. You
Fuck
guys?
We're doing great.
I'm doing great. I just saw two cats, so I'm like stoked right now. That's all I needed. My day is good.
Corey listened to some angry
There's
music
three
and saw some
total.
pets.
Third one somewhere.
So the serotonin levels are up out of the charts right now.
Exactly.
Good.
What are the pets'
Level
names, by
one
the way? The
million.
people in the chat want to know.
Okay.
Brewski.
Brewski the dog.
And then Hank isn't here. He's outside. He's super crazy. Then this one's Dante. He's
Hello,
funny.
Dante.
And then
That's
this is
Cal.
Cal.
She looks like a kid.
She's cool.
And Nero's
Nero's
sulking somewhere.
Nero's a star, though. You'll meet him. He's probably hanging out in his own green room.
He'll probably come out like halfway through the interview and just like stretch on the camera to make sure everybody knows that he's there.
He's got one tooth.
Fuck yeah. So I love that you guys are hanging with the pets, hanging with the animals, crashing on a couch right now because I'm pretty sure y'all have been on the road for about let me check my watch, 1,000 years at this point right now, traveling all over the U.S., Psycho Las Vegas over there. So let's start off. We'll get into Memory Theater in just a little bit, but I want to hear how tour has been going, and because from the feeds that I've been seeing, from the videos from your Instagram, from the YouTube videos, it has looked like a goddamn blast.
It's been cool, and for us, it's a unique experience because all this stuff is new to us, I guess, and new fans and stuff. That's been crazy to see, and really, really old people and really young people. It's like the spectrum is very vast, and that's been kind of interesting to see. And I think, well, what do y'all got to say about it?
Oh, it's just like a lot. It's a lot of days on the road. We have a van now, so that's it's essential when you're traveling so much. So we try and stay busy. We try and still because there's still places that we're performing in that we've never been to before. So we're still doing our touristy stuff too, and just trying to get it all in.
I would also say it's really interesting to see who's coming from the shows, knowing who we are and who is showing up, just finding out about us. We're kind of in an in-between stage right now, I feel like.
Oh, we had a little bit of a skip at the. There we go. Okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, it's been amazing for me just jumping in as a new member and seeing, I guess, how far they progress from. I used to see the bands they were in before, and just seeing the progression and now being a part of it is fucking special.
Yeah, because it pretty much you guys went from being in the lockdown like everybody else to now getting your stuff out there, because you've had a lot of music that came out 2020 and beyond with your debut record and the EPs that you guys had come out. So are you seeing a big response to that maybe you didn't see when you guys were sitting at home putting out music and everything like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Streaming certainly, but we were really lucky to have our web store up, and we handle that all ourselves. So we've just constantly been putting stuff out, like you said, and sending records out all over the place. So that at least has been consistent the whole time. So we're really fortunate to have that. But now with the new stuff that's coming out, new different types of fans are coming in. They're interacting with the old stuff and liking it too. So that's badass.
The reaction too, the crowd reaction.
Yeah, that's been pretty sick.
Yeah.
I
They
get
could
distracted
speak more
sometimes.
on it. They could speak more on it because they used to see the old reactions and it might have been amped up.
Over COVID, we definitely decided to really focus on how people would be reacting to those shows that we had to redo over COVID, and we wrote the music for them. Going to seeing a stream fest, all the music that we have in this next album, we were thinking about all those people reacting to us. So we had a lot of time to really figure out that.
That's all we're looking for, is the crowd reaction. It's definitely different to see people dancing to the music.
And all kinds of different dance moves. Everyone's doing
Lots of different things going on during our sets at different places.
Fuck yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah. As we sound was cutting in and out just a little bit, but I was able to get the gist of it, and it's like that's what you do. Like I was just hanging out, or Corey, we were in Detroit recently, and someone brought up your guys' name recently. We were just like, no, just like, oh yeah, we went to when we saw Escuela Grind, and holy fuck, like the place went absolutely batshit insane. It seems to me like y'all are gonna be like like a event band as far as like if this band is gonna be on a bill in your city you go to see, because you don't know if you're gonna see, you know, people getting thrown into the pit, bodies flying left and right, all of that different shit. It seems like
Random cats sailing across the room.
they have many to go around, Corey. Corey, please jump in here and ask a question to Escuela Grind.
Oh, I had just one real quick since we were on the topic of touring and performing and everything like that. What has either been your favorite or the craziest moment so far? I know you guys have a lot of dates to look forward to, but so far, what has been like the most eventful thing that has happened while you guys have been on the road?
Whoa,
That's a really hard question.
Because there's a lot of stuff that's happened this year.
And they're thinking about the ones that they
Obscene
can publicly
extreme.
say.
Yeah, the ones that won't get
Yeah.
anybody arrested.
Yeah, no, there's definitely a lot of those moments too, so you gotta be careful.
Yeah, everyone said it. Obscene Extreme Fest. That fest.
Yeah.
So I know I'm speaking for Chrissy right now, but Chrissy was introduced to grindcore through watching videos of Obscene Extreme. We've all been watching the videos for years and years and years, and we've been put on to a lot of bands through that. So like just seeing it on YouTube, then being there in person, and then having the experience of performing, like overwhelming. Oh, I ate so much food. Everyone, so a lot of people were like, oh, how crazy was it? Like, was it so crazy? No, like, Obscene Extreme was, like, stupid wholesome, I gotta say. Like, everyone was super respectful. Everyone was, like, there for the music and to express themselves.
I mean,
and,
there's definitely some voyeurism going on.
yeah, like, there's a few naked people.
And, like,
But,
some guy did like,
Well, I mean, it wouldn't be a party if there wasn't at least someone naked, right?
Or a festival.
yeah. Some dude like crossed his legs behind his head and right on stage and just like hung out for a minute with us.
Interesting.
He made a makeshift after the set. He made a makeshift bong out of a water bottle just to smoke with us.
yeah, no, he was cool. But yeah,
yeah.
Obscene Extreme was wild. For this tour, I guess, I don't know. This is our it was our only off day for a month. We're gonna be out on the road for a month from now, but we've had 2 shows so far. And the first one,
You rolled it.
our audio engineer who we recorded with, Ballou, came to our show, and that is just stupid awesome
Shout out
for us
Kurt.
because we love Kurt. We basically have grown up with his music, and I personally am really inspired by everything that he does, and so that was really, really awesome to have Kurt come to the gig.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. It was a big flex too. Everybody's like, Kurt, take a picture with me. And I was like, yeah, it's cool.
He's here for us,
Yeah, for
motherfuckers.
us. Yeah. No, it was cool. Like, you don't ever see him posting about just shows that he goes to, so that felt I guess it felt good for us to kick this tour off, and definitely feel like we needed that.
It's been a whole year since we recorded with him too. Like it felt full circle.
Yeah.
Sending us off.
And
Send off.
Corey, I don't know if you had
The Old
anything
Town
else
Hall?
on
Holy
the
shit.
tour. Oh, I'm sorry. There was a
No,
delay.
you go for it. I was waiting for you because it sounded like you had a follow up.
I
Yeah, we
did, but
played-
I think I
well, we
accidentally
played
cut
the
Jesse
Old
off, and I
Town
don't want
Hall.
to do that.
No. So the Old Town Hall, there hasn't been any bands playing there. Well, I guess it's been 20 years since the last band played there. So
like last
it's
heavy band, I don't know which the difference.
in Salem, that's a big deal because
Yeah.
it's like a big town square and it's like right in the middle.
Mm.
You have to like park a distance away and find yourself to the square to get into the venue. And everybody was like out and about and partying and stuff. So yeah, no, Salem was killer. We want to go back.
We have a Salem here in Oregon too, if you're interested. Just saying, like it's like
Nice,
13
yeah.
miles from my house.
Let's go.
We could just hang out; it'll be fine.
Not as many
Has there
people
been-
killed.
Are there witches? Okay, good.
Okay.
Good. Okay. Cool. There's not as much death going
No,
on.
no, just a lot of weed and beer.
That's cool. That sounds great.
That's all you gotta say.
You love.
That's all Oregon is about. That's all we got.
I like your Knoll shirt, by the way. They're killing it right now.
Thank you
Shout
so
out
much.
Noel.
Yeah, I'm in Tennessee and want to support those dudes. They're like, I mean, speaking of like fellow grindcore bands and stuff like that, they're doing just shit that
Right.
is out of this world. Where I listen to their records, I'm like, I think that was horrible for me. I want to listen to it again. You know, like that type of shit.
Yeah, and it's like kind of just like an evolution of just like grind and metal right now. I think they're kind of killing it. We got some stuff in the works with them for next year. It's a soft announcement.
Oh,
You heard it here first,
excited.
folks.
You're making me excited. So
Yeah.
let's get into that actually a little bit because you did, Katerina, you were talking about Kurt Ballou, and I do want to get into Memory Theater in just a little bit. But since we're here and you're talking about evolution of music and everything like that, and like different ways of grindcore, even today you guys posted like, oh well, we're a hardcore band that just happens to be influenced by power violence and grind and this, that, the other, and you know, people who call us false grind or you know never liked us in the first place. Like certainly there is like you can listen to your guys' stuff and be like, yeah, there's death metal and there's grindcore and there's hardcore. Like we've been talking about like hardened grindcore or like hardened death metal instead of like blackened or deathened or something like that, right? But that also leads you guys to be able to play on a lot of killer mixed bills that have hardcore bands, death metal bands, rappers, like all this other shit that I've been seeing a lot since the pandemic has gone on. I've gone to a couple of shows like that. What is that like to be able to kind of cross the spectrum as far as play with heavy bands, play with lo-fi bands, play with all of these different things and still have a place and it all works out on a festival bill? Cori and I talk about this all the time.
Oh,
It's
shit.
important.
Well, so I mean, every show is different, but like when we play with so many, we've always done this, so it's never not been a thing for us to play mixed genre bills. So we haven't done it any other way, but that just means that every show is truly, truly different from the last. We meet so many different types of people, and like with what we say on stage too, we give a shout out to a lot of different people and such. So when someone connects with that, we just really end up really connecting with people when we play different genres. They might not have come to an all grindcore bill or an all hardcore bill, right? But if they were there to see the rapper that was there or the indie band that was there, and they connect with us, it might just open some doors to more heavy music for them. So that's really cool to us. I don't know.
Empowering powers to move around and stuff.
Someone called us post-hardcore today. Oh, not the post-hardcore.
Post
They call it post-power violence. I was like, wow, that is very interesting. And so I think everyone's trying to find like a name for like what we sound like. I think it definitely leaves a lot of doors open for us.
We haven't even heard the rest of the album.
Yeah, it's not
yet,
even out yet.
so I'm really excited.
Yeah. No, I think too. It's important to, not limit yourself to certain styles, and that's what we all do. We listen to everything. We're influenced by everything, and it's important not to find your identity in like one style. Like, oh, I'm just death metal, dude, or oh, I'm just whatever, and really vary yourself, with your influences. So yeah, I like to see it.
Yeah.
And out of curiosity, just since we're on the topic, what are some of those influences? Because I'm just curious because you guys do have that crossover appeal. There's a lot of different pieces to the puzzle that is Escuela Grind. You can't really just say it's one thing at all. So what are some of those influences, and what are some that people may not like expect?
What do they don't expect? Prince, Britney Spears, like.
Hey, you can't go wrong.
Nirvana. There's a song that's coming out soon, and we can just completely rewrote Floyd the Barber, pretty much. It's like song, which is I feel like that's what like Slipknot did. Maybe like they kind of just were like you hear some riffs that sound like heavy as fuck Nirvana, and like
the build-ups too. You'll hear
Yeah.
them. We're thinking about those Slipknot
EDM.
build-ups. You'll hear them.
We learned fucking people equals shit, and we didn't realize how many breaks, like EDM style breaks, they were in that song. We're like, God damn, we need to do stuff like that, because like I don't know, those breaks are for some reason, and those during those build-up parts, for some reason, people just get really hyped up and are ready to just fuck shit up, you know. So like that's like where the new influence really came in, and like obviously like I've been playing. This is my 13th band, so I've been playing like in a bunch of bands, but I was never like a writer of my band. I was always just like a piece of the band. So like I'd say it's like all of my fucking bandmates and our influences are kind of put into this band now. I mean, it's pretty much just like Entombed and like fucking like Slipknot meets like.
We love Entombed over here.
Yeah, it meets like Iron Age and like Insect Warfare and Terrorizer. You know, it's like pretty much, and like yeah. There's I come from the hardcore community. Like a lot of my friends are doing really cool shit right now, and like you know, I honestly feel really lucky and like grateful to be a part of like a community of people that like we're all just like we're in the same place doing our thing for years and years. You know, just like we're still doing that. You know, and like a lot of not everyone's made it, but we're here. You know. But yeah, I mean that's where it comes from, really. I guess. What do y'all think? Y'all have anything? Chrissy had helped me a lot with the composition on this last one, so.
We also had some material that was kind of left over before COVID that we kind of just like we decided to rework. We kind of decided like there was like a certain formula that we had to apply. So like we kind of expanding on like I guess a lot of people have been hitting on like these hitting riffs in the Indoctrination LP that we had come out in 2020. And we just wanted to expand on that. It's I don't know. It's just observing a lot of different bands playing over COVID, especially the other bands. The festival LDB Fest. We watched all those videos over COVID, and I just like analyzed a lot of like what we wanted to be doing with material.
Fuck yeah.
Awesome. I had actually one more question if you don't have one,
no,
John. Oh crap! Now I just forgot what it was. Damn it! I hate it when I do that.
And I didn't steal your question this time, so you can't blame me.
No, you didn't steal my question this time. Fuck, what was it? This is why I should write these down when they pop into my head, because it was relating to something that you had just said. Oh, yes. You said you had been in 13 bands. I know you guys have had other projects. Do you feel that this one, Escuela Grind, allows you to stretch your wings a bit more and explore more sounds, and that's why this project has become so it's got so much momentum behind it? Do you feel that you've been able to be more creative and that's what's pushing it forward?
Honestly, yeah. Like I think at a certain point we were just like, you know what, we can really just do anything we want, and we should have we should literally like we're still working towards something, you know. It's like this is just a stepping stone for our sound, you know. Like I have other stuff right now that I'm working on, and I'm just like, wow, like people are like this. I'm glad the reaction is like this good with these first 2 songs that are dropped, and I hope the reaction is going to be just as good for the rest of the stuff that we put out. But if people like this album just as much, I think they're going to be stoked for the rest of the stuff we put out.
We also have a bunch of EPs that we have like kind of elaborated on genre-wise, like the powerviolence, death metal. We want to expand on that too. Like it's just kind of scraping the surface for us. We're definitely going to expand.
I like your point that you made earlier about like spreading your wings and whatnot. And so that's really, really important. It's kind of like that, oh, just fuck it moment. Like I'm not making music for, well, okay. You are always making music for your fans. You are always making music as an entity, but really like when it comes down to it, what makes you really appreciate what you do on the inside is, I think, when you write music for yourself and without compromising anything, without thinking about, what gatekeepers have to say or anything like that. So when you get to that moment where you're like, fuck it, I'm not imitating anything else, I'm truly being myself, I think can start to
Spread
your
your
wings and
wings.
actually like do what you intend to do with the band. So for me, that moment during this in our Escuela universe or Escuela cinematic universe, for me that moment was really important to just let it go and create music with that mindset. So exactly what you said. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. John and I definitely rally against the gatekeepers quite a bit on this show, and we definitely appreciate the genre crossover. Yeah, gatekeepers, like, they can get fucked.
We've gone on many rants before.
To
We've
put
gone
it
on
lightly,
so
they
many
can get
rants.
fucked.
Gates down.
Yeah.
I was, there was actually an epiphany pretty much that we had. We just like, we were real political before, but like, we just didn't want to make anyone feel anything other than like they want to have a good time at our shows.
Yeah, especially during the pandemic when we were writing this music, it was just like, this is really truly an outlet. Maybe we all weren't in the mindset before that it was an outlet, but it was made really fucking clear during the pandemic that that's what this is for us. So we just needed to let some aggression out, have a good time. Yeah.
Hell yeah, the true escape. We want it to be a true escape.
Yeah, and I loved what you guys said about writing music that you want to hear. I think that is so important. Cori and I talked to so many bands that have done stuff before and it never got off the ground, but then what the lead writer or the band themselves have said, once we started doing stuff that appealed to us and that we wanted to do and was a true expression of us and our honesty, then it took off. And it sounds like you guys in the ECU, the Escuela Cinematic Universe, have found that, and now we have 20 different sequels to look forward to from y'all from here on out.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
So speaking of, let's get into Memory Theater real quick before the end of the interview. You're talking about working with Ballou, which must have been a dream come true for all of you to have that dude like work hand in hand with what you're doing. So what was that like? You Katerina, you mentioned this a little bit at the start, but like, how was it different? Because if I'm not mistaken, you guys self-recorded Indoctrination, and now you're working with Ballou. Like, what was the difference between recording those two albums?
Oh, wow. So Indoctrination, that album was a bunch of different stuff we had written at different times, even with different members. And they were all, or most of them were improv drumming tracks. Yeah, so...
no, that was just all.
But like, anyways, it was all improv drumming. It came together at all different times. We re-recorded it a million times. We got new gear, we recorded it again, that kind of thing. So doing it at home was definitely a crash course of what we wanted to do if we ever got into the studio. And then we played with Converge, and we reached out to Kurt, and that train got rolling. And as soon as COVID allowed it, we were able to get in there and record. So Jesse and Kris can speak to recording instruments with Kurt watching over your shoulder. But
so first of all, we demoed this album that's coming out like 3 different times. We recorded it ourselves different times. We mixed it a couple of different times to see what we wanted to sound like, and then we went into the studio because we wanted to really be sure on like what every single note that we were playing while we were in front of Kurt, because I wasn't going to be messing that up.
Well, the only reason that we were able to do that, to demo it so many times and know how we wanted to sound, is because Jesse put the work in to learn how to use the equipment and record that album that we put out. So like, that was essential pieces in getting to that point.
And what are some like you just said, Jesse recorded the album. What are some like pros and cons of having him record the album?
I mean, who's that a question for exactly?
All of y'all.
I like it. She's like getting out of the camera screen so she doesn't have to answer this question.
Everything, the drums, guitar, bass, and then Katerina did the vocals. And it was recorded for like a year, and I was like, Katerina, record the vocals, please, record the vocals. So like, so that's pretty much that process. And I don't know how Katerina can respond to that, but yeah, that was a lot of work for me, and a lot of just restart.
I
Like,
don't
oh
know.
fuck. Okay, do this again.
You slow down a lot when you're recording it yourself. Like
Mhm.
I don't know about watching y'all record the instruments with Kurt. It was like going by so quickly. Like it was like you did a take and then he was able to really quickly on Pro Tools and go back and be like, no, you can do it better, and then did another take. Oh well, try it again, but this way. It was super fast.
Yeah,
And then
I'm sorry.
when I was recording, the vocals in our basement and stuff, it gave time to overthink, to push yourself too far or not far enough, or then just say, I'm going to scrap that, I'm going to scrap that, and then be like, I'll pick it up again tomorrow. It was just easy to procrastinate with, too. Yeah.
I mean, it was do or die with her. Everything that we worked on up until that point, like, it was so the deadline was kind of crazy. We actually play some of the songs a little differently than like live. We just made it a little more immersive. Just so people were like, "Look, we played this up." It might work, it might not. I know most people want to hear what an actual recording sounds like live, so sometimes just want to throw a little curveball at them. But really, that's that difference of like also just watching. Like, I don't know, that dude's just so fast. He does, he's just so efficient.
Brutally honest.
Brutally honest. Yeah. And like, yeah. I don't know. He's really I don't know. It was great being able to just like I was meaning to say earlier, and I didn't want to interrupt. I pretty much just refuse to record any strings, and I just want to record drums. That's all I did.
I ended up doing all the guitar and bass parts in front of Kurt, which I guess was kind of daunting because it was like doing like 3 musicians at work, I guess. But it was also
I'm sorry to interrupt you guys.
Really
The sound has been cutting out. So Jesse, you were like, I've been meaning to say this from earlier, and then as soon as you went in to go say it, it was like, so I missed what you were trying to say earlier.
I think if you hold the mic still instead of handing it around, it doesn't cut out as much.
I didn't mean to interrupt you. I just we couldn't hear you, so I apologize.
What was I saying earlier? I don't know. We're high as fuck now. But
Can you hear?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
So pretty much what he was saying was that he really didn't want to have to record any strings this album and just focus on the drums, which I think was really beneficial for both of us. It was also like kind of therapeutic to have to go over the parts so many times, and it was really daunting to have to do 3 parts for Kurt, but it was
sick.
We're honored.
Fuck yeah. And now you guys have an album that is going to be coming out on September 30th, just a couple more weeks away before the masses can hear it. Cori, before you get into the last question of the evening, y'all, I want to know, a couple of songs have been released from it so far. What are you most excited from this album for people to hear and for you guys to play live and really get out there? You've been sitting on these songs for a year. What are you most excited about?
Ooh. I guess I'll
Just hold it. I got it.
Okay. Gosh. Okay, so our next single that's coming out, I love playing that song. We've already started playing it on tour because we named the tour after it, and we're putting out this.
Spoiler alert.
But that song in particular, I think all 3 of us. Tom was not in the band at the moment when we were writing this stuff, so that's. But all 3, me, Jesse, and Chrissy, really came together on that song to like figure out. We were like, this one's kind of different, and so I wasn't sure what to sing on it. So Chrissy helped me write vocal parts for it, really, by giving me the idea, and it's super upbeat. And when we play it live, like people really like dance funny to it.
They
like
jump to it.
They jump. They've like
So many different ways.
it's like
it's
a crapshoot on what you're gonna get. Leapfrog, you're gonna get someone
Rowboat.
spinning. I don't know. So yeah, that song in particular, I think everyone's really gonna love. So Force Collective Introspection. It's a pandemic song. So
I don't know. I think people are gonna vibe out to Strange Creature. It's kind of like a hip hop song, but like death grind.
Ooh.
that one is not a single, but it will be on the album. Strange Creature of Nothingness. That one's about Godzilla.
Oh yeah, it's a Godzilla
Yeah.
song.
Heck yeah. Chrissy, Tom, what about y'all?
I really think that if anyone's been to our live shows in the past year, they probably heard our intro track that we've been
Oh, yeah,
playing
I see that.
at the beginning of our sets. And I'm excited for everyone just to be able to hear that and start out the album, because that's a really special song for all of us. It's really one of the first songs that we wrote, and yeah, it really just starts off the whole album, and it's great.
Cues them in.
Yeah,
like, start moving.
it's a sampler.
Hell yeah.
For me, I think I just want to keep seeing this new side of heavy music. I come from like different style of metal, and so the crowd reaction was never like this. The intensity, nothing like it. So it's like I just want to keep seeing different sides, like what people like, how they express themselves in these spaces. It's just the coolest thing to see. It helps me free myself. I'm just like, oh my god! So I just want to keep seeing the crazy shit like, on the dance floor, or just like continue meeting such different types of people at one single event. So, I love that. Good question. Such a great
Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. Cori, do you want to go ahead with the final question of the evening?
All right, the most important question you will ever be asked in any interview ever. Like this is an intense one, guys. What is your favorite dinosaur?
Oh shit.
Right? See, I told you it's a hard one.
Okay, no, I know exactly. I'm a 90s child, so we grew up with the Land Before Time saga, and I don't think anything fucked you up more than when like Littlefoot's grandparents and shit, and that whole when the parents
and when his mom dies.
Yes, no, fuck me up. So Littlefoot, that's my goat. That's my final answer.
I have a Technicolor
he was
one
a
of those.
Brontosaurus. Oh yeah, I know. I love Brontosauri.
Nice.
Brontosauruses. Long neck, love to see it. That's my answer.
Love it.
Mine's a pterodactyl, definitely.
I was gonna say that.
No, it's
Jurassic Park 3.
Well, that's a great movie. Well, not really, but I really like the Aerodactyl from Pokemon.
Yeah.
Counts.
Hell yeah.
It counts.
It does.
We'll take it.
I don't know. I think
What's
the
the
most obvious answer for me, I don't know, is T-Rex, just because
Hey,
of the name.
It's a classic for a reason, guys. It's a classic for a
Tyrannosaurus,
reason.
yeah, just that intensity. I don't know. That's a good question too.
I also like. It's a good question because I don't know any of the names for any of the dinosaurs. So
If you describe
Corey
them,
knows all the
I know
names.
them.
I like the one with the
Corey
long
knows
neck,
all the
but I don't.
names.
I would have chose that one.
Brontosaurus.
Okay,
That's what
Brontosaurus.
Littlefoot
I'll
is.
take that one.
You can't take my answer.
Okay.
Take the
Brontosaurus.
Brachiosaurus. That's the other long neck one with the nose on the top of the head versus the front.
Yes.
I guess I like a rhino because it's fat.
Rhino. Chickens count as they're
Chickens.
dinosaurs or something. Aren't like chickens? I like chickens.
Hey, you know what? When you think of it that way, we're eating dinosaurs when we make chicken.
Yeah.
That's pretty
just
metal.
Great protein, I guess. Why they got to be so good?
I don't know.
Amazing. What's your favorite dinosaur? A rhinoceros. Fuck yeah. Hey, I'll give it. It's got Yeah, y'all, this has been so much fucking fun. This has been so much fucking fun. I've had a blast with y'all. I'm so excited for Memory Theater to get released out into the world, and I know that y'all are too. Everybody, September 30th, Escuela Grind's new album, Memory Theater, will be out.
Where do y'all stay?
What's up?
Where do y'all stay at again? You said
I'm in
Tennessee?
Nashville. I'm in Nashville.
He's in Nashville. I'm in Oregon.
Okay. Are you in Salem, Oregon, too?
I'm like 13 miles east of Salem, so I'm like a quick drive away from Salem.
We'll guest list y'all at any show forever.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Fuck yeah.
Thank you.
Forever.
I want to be dragged around on the floor like that dude does at the Salem show.
We have an army of Gen Zers with the musculature to make that happen.
It was the guy who was like, man, I'm 31 years old. My back is sore from that. And it was a Gen Z like swinging around.
I'm 33 and
He's
I'm
like,
still doing shit. They need to calm
me
down.
too. I'm 34. Shit.
They need to calm down with their I'm too old shit. No,
I'll
no.
crowd kill. I don't care.
I'll be 34 in December, and no, I ain't too old for shit.
Yeah,
Guest
just
list
limber
Cori
up.
on the show. You'll know when she's there.
We're
You'll know when she's
guessing.
there. Oh, fucking right. Guys, we got to get off or else we're going to be on all day, which is, I mean, I don't have a problem with that. Everybody, this has been Escuela Grind. Katerina, Chrissy, Jesse, and Tom, y'all, thank you so much for spending your day off with us. I know you're getting out on the road again after that. We'll be seeing you at some point when you come through Portland, when you come through Oregon, when you come through Tennessee. We'll see you there.